I didn't choose this.
I'm not gonna lie and say they didn't come in handy back there. But like you said, I didn't choose to get augmented.
So it'll take some getting used to. I get it. But don't be surprised if the boss keeps pushing you to get more.
Why? What do you mean?
You know how he is. He thinks augmentations are the be-all, end-all of everything. And he can't understand why someone wouldn't want to become more than human.
Megan used to say the same thing.
I'm not surprised. The research she was doing was pretty damn inspired. Might have convinced a lot more people to give what we make here a try.
If that bastard hadn't killed her.
Listen, Jensen. I know you want to find the men who attacked us, and so do I. If I can help in any way, all you gotta do is ask.
Yeah, let's talk about the first attack.
Actually, there is something. I want to know about the first attack.
Fine. Ask away.
What did you got there?
You were there that night. What do you remember about it?
That it was chaos. First, everybody figured there'd been some kind of accident, but Pritchard couldn't get a good visual and communications were haywire. Then we heard the explosions. By the time anyone knew what had hit us...
They were gone.
Whoever they were good, Jensen. Special training good.
Tell me about them.
Did anyone else see them? The men who attacked?
Not well enough to get a description. Pritchard got some fuzzy images off one of the Intellicams, but his tapes were all confiscated by Homeland Security.
Homeland? I heard Homicide passed it over to Special Investigations. Detroit Special Investigations.
They did, for the first month. After that, all I really know is the case is still pending, and Mr. Sarif is not pleased.
And why do you think they did it?
I've been thinking about why they attacked. What they were really after.
Isn't it obvious? They didn't want us going to Washington.
No, that was just timing. Hearings can be rescheduled. Somebody else can present Megan's findings.
I don't think so, Jensen. They took out her whole team. Declan Faraday, Vasily Savchenko, Nia Colvin, even Eric Koss. The labs their bodies were found in.
Were burned to a crisp. I know.
The only reason you weren't caught in the fire was because that retaining wall came down. Saved your life, believe it or not.
So the whole attack...
No.
...was just to destroy
That ain't
Megan's
right.
research.
Sure looks that way.
That ain't right.
Mr.
That whole
Sarif is
attack
hoping
was
to
about getting
reconstruct it,
Megan,
but
I
it may
bet.
take months. If he can keep us solvent that long.
Alright, I'll talk to you later, bitch.
I'm gonna find him, Malik. One way or another.
I believe you. And just so you know, when you do, I've got your back.
I appreciate that, Malik, but right now...
You've got to get the Typhoon into the tech lab, right. See you later, then. Oh,
Totally
and Jensen,
coming on to me.
The boss wants a face-to-face debrief in his office once it's secure.
Roger that. Good night, Malik.
Okay. We've got new augmenty shit. We got 2 praxis points. And I want this because it lets you analyze people and persuade you and better judge their persuasion. And I have no idea what the hell that does in the grand scheme of things, but I want it because it fits the character that we're going with here. Can I go in this side door over here? Go that way. Hey, there's a grate here. Oh, the grate that goes nowhere. Oh, it goes this way. Now this shit looks familiar. This. Whoa, 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 whoa. Where the fuck are you, B-Dog? Brandy needs that no pause. It ain't like taking aspirin. People can't die if they hold off taking aspirin. You got 15 minutes more to meet me behind the gas station, then I'm going elsewhere for help. Don't let me down, dude, please. There seems to be some sort of issue going on here. Wow, there's even more of it in there. Ow. Want whoever's neuropazine that is to know that I got it. some shit going down here. Alright, I have to go.
Hello? Yes, we all heard. Hopefully I can get out of here soon.
Found the cafeteria.
Should that day ever come to pass, one cannot help but wonder if millionaire Hugh Darrow, the man whose innovations first propelled augmentation technology to the forefront, will also be present. So far, Mr. Darrow has refused our repeated requests for an interview. This is Eliza Kassan, reporting...
9,300 augmented athletes. Holy shit. Whoa. I just turned it off. Nobody needs to watch it anyway. Rots the plane. Anything good in the news? Anti-Aug Taggart coming to Mullins Conventional Center. Perhaps surprising in a city that has historically supported augmentation. Humanity Front founder is coming to the Mullins Center, and it is nearly sold out. The development may reflect the growing wave of support for anti-enhancement groups across the nation. Ashia returns. Akeem, the first fully augmented Nigerian pop star, swept the Planet Music Awards, winning in 6 categories. Her latest album, Yoruba, about her struggles with discrimination, poverty, and more recently augmentation, has captured the hearts of fans across the world. Afterward, she spoke about the difficulties of living with enhancements. As a woman of color, living with augmentations is a challenge. You become a stranger in every culture, and Neuropazine is so expensive. Thank God I'm blessed enough to be able to afford it. It is a struggle, but it has enabled me to continue doing what I love doing, performing. Critically injured during a terrorist attack in Lagos in 2025, she appeared at the PMAs for the first time in 2 years. Huh. I need to find out more about this Neuropazine. That's where I came from. Because this Neuropazine seems to be key to everything. Security guy. Gotta go to the tech lab and talk to Chucklehead.
I don't buy for a second he was with Purity first. I think someone slipped him into Sanders' room.
Alright, douchebag.
Well, if it isn't Mahatma Gandhi himself, come to honor us all with his life-preserving presence. If this is about the typhoon, I'll get to it in a minute.
Now, Pritchard. I didn't risk my neck to have you lose it in a pile of CPUs and scuzzy adapters.
Well, look at you, using the big words. Don't think just because you hacked through the plant security system so fast that you're an expert on everything computer. There's a reason I can't examine the typhoon yet.
Do tell.
For your information, I am running a diagnostic sweep on our network and router security to find out how Sanders' hacker got a hold of our codes.
I'd have thought the first question to ask is, whose codes were they? Unless you already know.
Stick to kicking down doors and shooting people, Jensen, and stop trying to do my job. I guarantee you we'll get along better that way.
That guy even has the same hairdo I do. It's kind of creepy, actually. Taking your fucking energy bar, dick. The term neuroplasticity literally means the flexibility of the brain to reorganize itself based on the results of experience. 2 decades ago, the consensus among cognitive neuroscientists like yourselves was that lower brain and neocortical areas were unable to be changed after development, whereas structures such as memory could be actively altered in areas related to formation of recall. In a series of cleverly designed experiments, Michael Merzenich proved that somatosensory and auditory sensations, touch and hearing respectively, can in fact be modified through practice. This process of long-term potentiation was further explored in a series of studies in the mid-90s at Southern Illinois University, studies which clearly showed how memories could be enhanced by manipulating neuroplasticity. Indeed, with the precise timing available to us in today's computers, we can clearly see that enhancement in learning can be applied for areas of the motor cortex, auditory cortex, somatosensory cortex, and hippocampus. Manipulation of neuroplasticity makes it clear that we as a species have been blessed with a brain that has an unparalleled flexibility to incorporate neuroprosthetic augmentations. That research that he talks about done at Illinois University was actually was actually very interesting research. She did memory studies where she took people aside and created false memories, had them write a bunch of memories in a book, and then made up her own, and convinced this kid that he was lost in a mall when he was younger, even though it never actually happened. Which I found pretty interesting. And he remembered it clearly, like he could describe the day, he could describe the way it felt, like his brain just created this whole false memory.
I'm telling you, Hugh, he might not have put the gun in Sanders' hand, but it was Taggart's speech to the UN that started all this.
William Taggart is nothing if not a shrewd political operator. You know that, David.
So for the sake of appearances, I have to look him in the eye and let him bullshit me?
Yep.
With a smile. Always with a smile. We'll talk later.
Yeah, you wanted to see me?
Yeah.
Like
you
shit.
doing?
I've had better days.
Well, when we're done here, check in with Dr. Markovic at the limb clinic downtown. Get her to get a checkup.
If you insist. Listen, about Sanders?
Yeah, about Sanders. What the hell were you thinking? Letting him slip away
I
like
have my
that?
reasons.
I sent you in there to take care of
And
things.
I did.
You asked me to deal with the situation, and that's what I did.
I see. I'm also starting to see why your superiors in the police force decided to blame you for the Mexican town riots. Christ, Adam. I thought you were ready for this.
Think I'm not?
I am. Today's attack was just a shell game being run by somebody else. I intend to find out who and why, so that it never happens to anybody again.
Good, because so do I. That hacker in Sanders' group, you're sure he was augmented?
I pulled his cables out myself.
Yeah, well, the police are saying he's
Well, they're
not.
fucking lying sacks of
Refusing to let
shit.
me see the body, no matter how much money I threaten to pull from their retirement fund.
Nah, we'll go with, somebody's giving him more money.
Maybe someone else is offering more. So what do you want me to do, boss?
We have to get a look at the corpse. You still got friends on the force. You think one of them will let you into the morgue?
Depends who I run into.
Get over to the station and find a way inside. Because if that hacker was augmented, his neural hub might tell us who he was. Contact me when you've gotten a hold of it.
Sure.
You got it.
And also on top of, being a guy that doesn't really want to kill everyone all the time, you know, being a guy, I am, playing a fellow who does have somewhat shady principles. He's not against compromising legality when necessary to get the job done. A pragmatist, if you will. Hey, bitch. What's up?
Adam, were you just speaking to David? I didn't know he'd finished his call. Is everything okay?
As well as can be expected.
Right, like I know what that means anymore. The phone's been ringing off the hook ever since Bill Taggart's little press conference this evening.
Taggart. Sarif was speaking about him when I walked in. What's the founder of the Humanity Front saying about us
That we're
now?
dicks.
Oh, he's all sincere this time, denouncing all the violence that's been committed against us, offering to come here in person to express his deepest sympathies.
I don't think he's part of it.
Right. No wonder the boss seems grumpy.
Can you blame him? If it were up to Luddites like Taggart, you would have died on that operating table. The problem is, he knows how to play on people.
I bet he's not wrong.
Tampering with human biology can be pretty scary.
Tell that to all the war ants whose lives have been improved because of it. But if Taggart has his way, if he can sway popular opinion enough, then the United Nations will be forced
I think it's
to take a
pretty
stand.
bleak sign of the future if the United Nations is in charge.
Trouble.
Alright, let's... What is this, a toilet?